Hi everyone, Heather Leopards here with a fun and silly chocolate Easter bunny shenanigans layout. You know, each of my girls got a chocolate bunny in their Easter basket, and I noticed that they actually approached eating this delicious bunny differently. One went for the bottom while one went for the ears. So I for sure knew that I needed to scrapbook this. So I snapped a cute photo of it real quickly, and this is the result. So my plan for this layout is to actually put captions for each of the bunnies as if they're talking to each other. I'm sure that you have all seen the memes out there where, you know, one of them's booty is missing and they say, "My butt hurts," and the other one's ears are missing and he says, "What did you say?" So I cut out these cute little captions from the Ellie's Studio March digital die cuts. And my plan is to simply do that, to add some captions around them with those funny little sayings. So while I'm going to add the actual sayings, I thought I would also embellish it with some fun little stickers and stuff. So I just cut out some that I thought matched perfectly. And those sayings that I picked out actually say, "This was a hard day and we need a do-over." So before I put all of that down on the captions, I want to add a little bit of stitching around the inside perimeter of each of the captions. And because these are kind of circular or have rounded edges, I went around them 3 times just so that, you know, if the lines aren't perfectly straight and get a little wonky, as you can see there, it actually adds to it instead of distracts from it. So here you can see now how I'm planning on laying these out. And that particular sticker says, "This was a hard day." And so now I'm just going to add "My butt hurts." It cracks me up every time I think of this. So I'm just adding these in with some of the blue letters, and I realized that I wasn't going to have enough of the blue letters to actually work for both of the captions. So I added a single white letter to each of these captions just to bring it all together. And so now this little exclamation point and question mark cut file is also from the digital cut files that Ellie has in the March kit. And so I wanted this one in particular to have 3 exclamation points. So I just cut those exclamation points out of some white cardstock and then just cut them apart from the file, because in the file they're actually attached together, all 4 of them. And so now I'm just adding the little dots to my exclamation point. And now I'm actually going to adhere this straight on to the caption. And I'm going to start working on the second one. So the second one, I'm actually going to include the exclamation and question marks together. And this one's going to say, "What did you say?" So here you go. I'm just adding in these fun little alphabets. I'm not worrying if they're straight. I think it works great that they're actually not lined up perfectly. And I think I substitute in an O in the white color. So as you can see, most of the letters are in blue, and then on each one of them there's a single white O, and then the exclamation points and question marks there. So I thought using those together was actually quite perfect, because he's like yelling at him but also questioning him. So I absolutely love that file. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add some foam dots behind this sticker here that says, "We need a do-over." And there you have it. And now I'm actually going to pop these up as well with foam dots. Both of them are going to be elevated over the photo. So I'm going to wait to add those on until I have put together the layers behind the photo. And you can see I'm just moving them around a little bit, making sure everything is going to look good, and then I staple them together. That just helps save some of the adhesive, and I like it because it makes sure that it just doesn't move. And now I've added on the photo, and then I decide, you know what, I need something more than just a white cardstock background. So I end up playing around with a couple of different background papers and ended up settling on this fun grid design. And while I was doing that, I realized I want to add a little bit more dimension to the background of the grid. So I basically I stitched down and across the grid lines, as you can see here, until I had the entire background covered. And now I'm really liking how it just has some subtle dimension to it. I'm going to trim up the photo just a little bit more here and there. Move everything around, make sure it's going to fit. And I actually started to put that down, and then I realized I need a little bit more something to the background. So I added in some mists in this kind of mustardy, yellowish, goldish color. And I end up covering up a lot of it, but just enough of it peeks out where it works out really well. So now I can go ahead and take the adhesive off of the foam dots and lay everything down. This still cracks me up. This is actually something that I could use as decor in the house for next year if we really wanted to, because I think, it's just really fun and cute. Okay, so next what I wanted to do was just add a little bit more embellishments to the captions. And as you can see there, I also added a little card where I can add some journaling. And I wanted to add some little labels for that journaling. So I cut out 3 different labels there that coordinated with the page. And then I'm actually going to stamp some cute little hearts on top of the word spring. This stamp is called the Happy Moments stamp, and I just love it so much. It's got some great words and phrases in it, and it's got the most adorable little Easter bunnies. So now that I've got this just right, I'm also going to add the word happy in the white letters above the word spring, just above where I added in the cute little heart stamp. So now it'll say happy spring, and then I can journal down there in those little strips. And then next, these vellum Easter bunnies are the most awesome thing I have seen in a while. And what's especially cool about them is they have a coordinating wood veneer. So I just used a glue dot and put one of the vellum bunnies on top of the wood, and then I added an acrylic heart over the Easter bunny there. And now I'm just going to add that to that top caption, and I'll add that cute little Easter bunny sticker to the other caption, as well as another one of these acrylic hearts. I just love all these acrylic pieces and all the little embellishments. That bunny is just so cute. And the vellum bunnies actually come in a rainbow of colors, so to speak, as well as the acrylic hearts. So they match perfectly with the kit, of course. And now I'm just going to add that cute little acrylic heart between the bunnies. And to finish off the layout, I'm going to work in a few labels. I end up going with this green label there, and I stamp over it as well. And one of the things that I did with the stamp whenever I got it, as you'll see here in just a minute, is I actually conditioned the stamp. So I wanted to make sure that I got a nice clean stamp every time that I use it. So I actually practiced stamping on a piece of scrap cardstock until I got some really great coverage on the stamp there. And then I actually wanted it to be a little bit lighter than the pure black, so I stamped it on the cardstock first and then did a second stamping on the actual label. So now it says happy day, but it's not a happy day. It's a not so happy day. So I add in the word not and so using these purple alphabet stickers, and I just add that to the photo. And then I add just one more little piece there, and it's that cute little red arrow just to make sure that I kind of draw attention over to the photo. Now it's time to add in the last little bit here, this purplish kind of lavender acrylic heart right between the two little bunnies. Oh, and then I added this little saying there that you can see that says "so worth it" right there on the Happy Spring card. So that's my layout. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you get a few laughs out of it. Thanks so much for tuning in today.